Hey, John here again. So back down here with this hybrid water heater. So if you read the directions when you install this thing, if you have a wide open space, there's no need to vent it. But after reading up on heat pumps and how they work and that whole thing, I decided to add this inlet to get warm air from a different room to help this thing be more efficient. And I wasn't really worried about the exhaust vent there. But it's about 70 degrees down here in the basement, 65 maybe. And I just measured our wall, but let's see, it's about 65 degrees just on the side of that tank, but the air coming out of here is a whopping 48 degrees. So it's blowing out cold air, and it blows it out pretty good. See a bubble wrap just flapping in the wind there. So I think I'm gonna use this exhaust to incorporate it into my ductwork for air conditioning. And that's only going to work because I live in New England in the summertime, obviously. So I'm also going to have to do some kind of tea or some kind of, I have to think on it, but exhaust it outdoors in the wintertime, as opposed to just having it exhaust 58 degrees, or whatever that said, 48 degrees, you know, cold air down in the basement, because it's not, the basement's not really, nobody lives down here, but it's going to be well-used cold air, because it's not cold moist air, it's cold, just cold dry air. So I'm going to use that, and I'll probably have to, like I said, I'm going to have to make something, come up there, split, and then go all the way over to this ductwork. This ductwork here goes all the way up to the 3rd floor, and that's where it gets hot mostly, even when the AC is on. I have a portable unit upstairs in the 3rd level there, because this air, it makes it up there, don't get me wrong, but it's, you know, it needs help. So I'm going to plug it right in, probably use that, take that vent out, and like I said, just run some duct work and do it that way. And I'll have to figure out how I'm going to split it off for the winter to go that way outdoors, and you know, have it go in the summertime, go up into the ductwork. But the first order of business, you could buy this piece here from Rheem. I think it's like 400 bucks, and I like making stuff, so I think I'm going to make my own. I just haven't decided how I'm going to make it or what I'm going to use to make it. Probably going to be metal, most likely. Just get the box built, and then I can, you know, transition it from, I think that's like 10 inches, maybe 12 inches, whatever that circle is. Transition it into the 6-inch typical pipe, you know, ductwork, that kind of thing, and then plug it into there. So that's what my mission is today. I'm not going to get it, obviously not going to get it all done today, but the box, making that box is my first step, and I got to go to the hardware store and get some. I just got back. This is kind of expensive stuff, because I just went to my local hut, you know, a couple miles away. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere like that, it's probably gonna be a little cheaper. So that sucker cost $18 for this little sheet of metal. It's a pretty thick gauge, and that thing is a whopping $9 at my local hardware store. So we're already into this, you know, 30 bucks or whatever. And the reason I'm, you know, building this is, like I said, this piece I did a few months back. I forget how much the price was, but to get that from Rheem, I think it's like 300 bucks. Just this piece, just this transition piece, and then of course the ductwork, you're on your own with that. So that's 300 bucks for that. And this you know, this piece you can get from Rheem. Just this piece here is like $400 from what I could see, getting it from Rheem. So that's why I'm going to make this stuff. It's going to be a little cheaper to do it this way. And like I said, I like making stuff. You know, I made a video on this whole apparatus here, how to get heat from the upstairs to help this unit be more efficient. So let's get started with this. I think what I'm going to do is just make 2 pieces. I'm going to make a piece on the top, a piece on the bottom, come out, and then piece it together, and then put a plate on it, or, you know, face on it, whatever you want to call it, and then cut a hole in the center, plug in a 6 or 8-inch to 6-inch cone deal, like that fella there. So basically having a box built down there and having this sucker come out there, and I can elbow this. I think there'll be enough room, just enough room to get by this rack. I made this rack for my wife. It's on wheels, I can move it, but her little Armageddon shelf. So I think there's going to be enough room to get up there, and then I'll have to branch it off, and there's going to be enough room to get out through the joists outdoors, vent it that way, and I don't know, I'll figure something out. But that's my main mission today, is is get this box built. And there's going to be a little bit challenging just because it's got the curve to it. So let me think on it here. So the first thing I got to do is come up with this circumference or radius or whatever you want to call it. So I caught this curve, let's call it that. I cut a piece of cardboard off. I think one of these is straight edge from So the only way I could do it, because unless you're a math wizard, there's probably some kind of formula for figuring this out. I just don't know it. I mean, math for me is 2 + 2. Although I did like algebra, problem solving and all that, and I got into geometry. That was alright for a while until they got into like theorems in geometry, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. I'd rather not ride a wheelie on my motorcycle or something. So I got a fat logic marker, and here's how I'm going to find this radius, we'll call it. I'm just going to take this marker to a piece of whatever you have, in this case just a piece of steel, and show what I do. Gorilla tape, best tape ever. Tape this to it. Something like that, right? This is the Magnum. So I'm going to draw a line on this, on my straight piece. That's a straight piece. Right? Just to get a line. Then I'll cut that, and then we'll go from there. Right? Something like this. Keep her steady. Big smiley face, like an Amazon. So, I'll start with that, and we'll go from there. I'll probably just try to make this piece, the piece I'm talking about, out of cardboard, just to mock it up, see if that works, and then we'll do the same thing on the piece of metal, because that's expensive metal. I don't want to chop it up and make a mistake. So let me try this first. So I'm going to have to get a bigger box, because this probably get the curve right, but I need a bigger piece just for my intentions. Alright, so that's pretty close. Fits good enough, but I gotta get a bigger piece because it's kind of uneven here, and I'm gonna have to, like I said, I want to use this as a mock-up, and I'm gonna refold stuff, so I gotta get a bigger box. I'll use this curve because it looks pretty good. And so I have this old box I found. It was a little bit beat up, but it was long enough. So I redid my line here. Get this smiley face going again. And this piece of cardboard is 15.5 inches long, in case you're following along, by 5 3/4. That's what the piece ended up being. And I already mocked this up, so it's going to work out pretty good. So then I took 1.5 inches off the tab, off the sides here, folded that like that, right? Folded that like that. Same thing on the end here, 1.5 inches, although this is rough here. 1.5 inches, drew a line, and then I made a slit here and a slit here. So I think you're going to start to get the picture. So this will be like this, right? This will fold like this, fold over, obviously be metal. But so basically come up with something like this. And metal is going to be, once you fold it, it's going to be stable. It's not going to unfold like cardboard, obviously, but this is my mock-up, right? And this is going to be, I'm going to have to make two pieces, one on the top, right? Boom. I don't know if that's coming out, I can't see that far. The idea here, top and bottom piece, right? This will be out of metal. Oh, there's one thing I forgot. So I'm going to have to make some tabs. So let's do it this way. So when I mock this up on a piece of metal, I'm going to have to do it 1.5 inches bigger on here. You know, this curve, make this 1.5 inches out, because I'm going to have to cut some tabs. And this is like this. I need a way to mount it onto the heater. So having tabs on the bottom that fold down. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here. Maybe up here you can see a little better. So once this is on, right, there'll be tabs coming up off of here. I'll probably just do 3. That ought to be enough. One on each corner, one in the center. and well, you're gonna get the idea. Let me go transfer this to metal, bend it up, and see if that will work. If that does work, I'll do another one, and then we can. This is just gonna be a straight piece here, so this is gonna be a no-brainer. Just have to find this outward angle here, and 2 pieces there, and then we'll put the plate on. I say plate, the face on, and then we'll pop rivet it or screw it together. However I'm gonna do it, I haven't figured that out yet. And then we can do the hole and get that other cone piece on. So let me go transfer this to metal. 15 and a half. All right, 15 and a half. 15 and a half. Can't see, man. This metal's shining right in my eye. That looks a little short there. What is that? 6 3/4 we said, right? Boom, 6 3/4. So now I can draw my line. I'll probably just use this other piece this way, but I'm going to have this kind of accurate. So I got to draw my smiley face, so I got to make sure this is exactly how we can do that is save an inch, 1 inch on each side, right? Right, 1 inch, 1 inch. I'm going to tape this down because I need this smiley face perfect, and I need this an inch off of here. I need it an inch bigger than I originally had it, so let me go get some tape. Alright, something like that. I'll zoom in a second, but I think if I do this piece here and I do the other piece over here, this is going to be a big enough piece left. So this is basically what I was talking about. See, I needed this piece to be a little longer. I'm going to cut where the X's are out, and these are going to be my bends. When I cut it out, I'll show you. But now I need to make these tabs. This is why I need this extra stuff here. And I think I want to make the tabs right in the middle. So I'm just going to go like this. This is going to be how I'm going to secure it. Right, so that should be good enough to get a screwdriver in there. And one in the corner. Right. Something like this. Screw hole, and one in the corner here. That's what I'm thinking. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Right? So let me cut this out. I gotta go out in the garage and get some tin snips. I'll cut this out. Let's see if you can see that. So that's just the initial one side, and hopefully this works out because I'm wasting a lot of time here if I not, and 20 bucks. In case you're wondering. 26 gauge. I think you could probably get away with a little bit thinner gauge. This is pretty thick stuff. For sheet metal. I mean, obviously there's thicker sheet metal, but we gotta be able to bend this. Cut here, just up to this intersection. Same here. And then we'll start doing our bends. But I can't do it the bend with this. It's too deep or it's too shallow. So I'll go out, get on the workbench, and we'll put a board across here and we'll bend it up. Alright, so I got my mock-up piece, so I know which way my bend's got to go. So these got to be bent up. So it's like this, minus the tabs, of course. so they do have to be bent up, right? So if you got a straight piece of wood, you know, with a nice corner on an edge, that'll work. This is a piece of vinyl, but it's going to work. I think it's vinyl. Yeah, it's just a piece of vinyl, so I'm just going to go ahead and screw it right down edge to edge here. So this is flush. Appears to be flush. This might split. I don't know if it's going to split or not. Two screws ought to do the trick. And then all we're going to do is, what I say, it's got to be bent up. It's got to be bent up. Keep it up, bent up. So we'll just line this up, right? Make sure everything's square. So then we just bend it up. Yeah, this is pretty stout stuff. Gee whiz. Jeez Louise. That's all they had at the hardware store. This 24 by 24. A little too thick. I mean, it's overkill, but that's fine. So that's one bend we have, right? And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bend this up, right? Bend it up. Bend this end up. And then these got to be bent the other way, because no matter which way you go with this, whether this is down like this, these will be bent up because we need a place to screw it into the water heater. So we got everything bent up best I could, so it looks something like this, right? So yeah, you get the idea. I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at, but I do have some things I got to take care of. Like I have dull tin snips, so this is a little rough cut here, as you can see. So you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, because it's shiny, but my black line still showing a little bit, so I'm going to just take a Dremel and smooth that down best I can. Then we'll take it over and get rid of some of these burrs, get into some of these slots a little more, and take it over there, and then see if it fits. So let me clean this up right quick. All right, so that fits pretty good actually. It almost looks like I knew what I was doing. So this is going to be the top piece. It's also going to be the bottom piece. You know, I'm going to plug it in like this. Boom. I got to make the other piece first, but everything fits pretty good. There's maybe a 1/16 of an inch in certain spots, but like I said, I'm going to put a piece of tape or a double, or you know, like foam, one-sided stick foam, and then when we secure this to this, drill it through the. Alright, so I'm just putting this on temporarily, and I'm the one in the center there. Just going to level this out. I'm just going to throw some, well, it's perfectly level right there. Just going to throw some self-tapping 8s in there for now, and then move it up to a 10 to secure it permanently after the box is built. So put the bottom one on like so, right? Again, we get the pilot hole, so we know it's center, and then we can, once we get that leveled and on there, then we can make the measurement from here to here, from here to the top, right? Make sure everything's level, and then we'll make the bends for this side and the other side identical. So as you can see, it's kind of flimsy right now, right? We can move them, but I just need a measurement, and we'll go from where it's going to be tight here. I need this box to be a box instead of, you know, so we're just going to do the one measurement, and whatever that is, looks like 10 and a, no, about 10 and a quarter actually. So it looks like 10 and a quarter is the number we're going to go with, from here to here. Alright, I changed my mind on if I'm going to do that. So it was 10 and a quarter, so I do need 10 and a quarter, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. Sounds like the wife is home. 10 1/4 by 6 1/4 is what I'm going to do. See, 10 1/4. Right. Let's get that drawn up there. This is the other sheet that I had, so it's almost the same. It's almost the same. So I don't know how far we're gonna go. 10 1/4 by 6 1/4. We're gonna double that. So that's the that's gonna be the height. 10 1/4. 6 1/4 is gonna be the depth, but I gotta make a few bends. So let's go 6 1/4 and 6 1/4. Right. Let's hope this square is square. Alright, so I need these 2 pieces, and this will be scrap. Alright, so I decided to go just a tad bit different way. So this is basically the bend I've got. I didn't do it on the top, I did it on the sides. Reason being is, I want to be able to secure it to here as well, right? Instead of just having it button up there, even though I'm going to put the tape in here, the double sticky tape, like a foam cushion. But this is slightly bent here, right? And this is a 90. So this will fit on like this, right? And then you see how this is needs to come up, so that'll make it square. And then once we attach it, I'll probably just pop rivet it to here, screw it to here, but not yet. When I get the other side built, I'll probably take it all this off, put it together, because it looks like it's going to be square. Pop rivet everything together, and then it'll be basically a box, and then we can focus on the front here. In the front, what I want to do is I want to bend it on top and bottom, and I'll probably, just for overkill, wrap around this side 1 inch, right? So it'll be rigid, top, bottom, everything will be secure. And then of course, once everything is mounted here, I'm going to go ahead and tape everything up with, after I do the tape here, you'll see how it goes, but I'm also going to HVAC tape everything just to make sure that this is completely, not that it matters. I mean, if a little bit sneaks out, who cares, right? But that's where I'm at, so let me make the other piece. I'll go over there and show you how I made this piece. It was easy, and the measurement was 10 1/4. This is 10 1/4 here by 6 1/4. I think it was 6 1/4. Yeah, because this is 4 1/4 right here. So the 6 1/4 was 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch bend here, and 1 inch bend here. All right, so I think it's a better way to go to mount. I just drilled out 3/16 holes and pop riveted. I think it's better to do it while this thing is on here for this part, because now this thing is solid, but you can see in the back here it's still, you know what I mean? Like, to put this on the floor and try to do this would be kind of problematic. So I'm just going to do this back piece now. Right, this is going to go like this. You can see how it's off the bottom there. So we'll have to level everything out, pop rivet it together, and then once it's all square, then I can take it off. And, well, I'll mark my lines. I'll take a magic marker and mark the lines in here where the tape is going to go, or the foam, or whatever I'm going to use. And I'm not going to secure it here yet on this tab until everything's done to the faceplate, once the box is on the floor. Memory. So I was just about to take this up. I forgot. I got to mark in here. I got to mark where my foam is going to go. But it's basically done. The box is done. Well, not done yet, but it's the face is going to be easy, I think. And this piece here. So I had this left over from something else, and I just found it. So you can use a collar. That's annoying. You can use a collar like this, right, with the tabs. Once we get the faceplate on there, do it like that. But I like this cone deal better. And I'm going to have to make some slits so I can bend them tabs. Once I get the faceplate on, because this is bigger, I might have to do a couple half moons here, because it won't fit in there. Once the faceplate's on, I'll mark it, and then I just might cut some half moons out right now, but you get what I'm saying. So this will go in further and to about here, and then the elbow. Then we could do whatever from there. But the important part is this box. Yeah, well, I have just enough of that foam tape. This is super sticky stuff. Just doubled it up on the ends where this is flared out here, just so when this goes over, like so, it'll take up that gap. And once you plug, it might be a little high here. Once you plug everything, suck everything down, it should smush everything in. And again, I'm going to go over it with HVAC tape everything, but so far so good. So this box is basically done, the frame here. I just got to make this top piece and then plug in this fella, and then we're done. Alright, got a couple minutes left on this battery, so I'm going to hurry up. So this part should be easy. So I got this the rest of that tin down, put the box on there, and this is a factory edge here, factory edge here. You see what I'm saying? And it looks like my box is square, believe it or not. So I'm just going to line it up here, and the reason why I do it this way, trace it out, is just because if it isn't square, as long as these edges are, the way I'm going to cut it out, it's going to be fine. If it's a little up, but it does seem to be square, which is amazing. So I'm just going to trace here, and then I'm going to back it up 1 inch, or maybe a little more, I don't know. Alright, so I made the one bend, right? This is just in case your box is not exactly square, which mine somehow is square, even though I dropped out of math class. So if it's not, that's why I traced it, and that's why I did it this way, just because it wasn't square. It's a clock in the background. So I got the two ends here square, and I made this bend here 1.5 inches, and then I need to make this bend here, right? But because I traced everything, and no math involved, no measurements involved, all you gotta do is trace it, right? Then you don't have to worry about your measurements. So I'm just gonna make this mark under here, and then I'm gonna go from that mark another, I think 1.5 inches on this end, and that'll be the bend. And because this has the bends here, you see what I'm saying? Everything is going to be, enclosed. And then when I get this, these half moons cut out that I traced out again, no measurements involved, I'm going to tape everything up inside, because the air is going to be blowing this way, yeah? So I'm going to tape everything up inside, and between that and the foam that I have on the water heater, this thing should be, no air leaks. So, so I ended up, tracing that, like I said, drilled a hole here, get my tin snips in there, and cut it out. I went to the inside of the marked hole, and doesn't quite fit. It's close, but that's what I was looking for, because now I have to take and make, I think I'm going to go every 4 ticks here, make a slit up to there, and then we'll have something bendable. So I don't think this needs to be exactly accurate, so I'm going every 3 or 4 cuts in this thing. So when we bend this, and I might have to cut some off of here, because when you fold this up it might be too long. But alright, so we're closing in here. I got these tabs bent over, and it's close, and we'll finish it up with some HVAC tape, but these aren't gonna make it, so I gotta clip a couple of these. It's gonna be too long. This guy ain't wearing gloves, really? Yeah, I was. Let me put the gloves back on, because it hurts. It hurts when you cut yourself. I've already done it like a dozen times here. So this will work out good. And like I said, I'm gonna before I put this on the box, I'm gonna make sure these are all bent over good, and tape it up. Right. All right, man. So I got everything taped up. Yeah. Taped up on the outside here. Taped up basically everything taped up the inside. I just did a little light test. You can't see any light coming through here, had it in the dark. So everything's sealed, right? So we'll go plug it in on the water heater, and we'll call that a fix. Not a fix, but a start. This is basically the box. This is the transition from 10 to 6. This is what we needed to start the whole ductwork deal, because the rest of this stuff is going to come from Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you go to get just common 6-inch ductwork and you know, a T or an elbow or any of that. This part here is the part we needed to make, and we did it for 30 bucks instead of buying it, you know, buying the I don't even know what it looks like, the transition piece that costs 400 bucks. Anyways, let's, oh, it goes another hour. So I've been at this probably 2 hours now, and we're basically done here with this box. And I'll probably end the video here. Let me go hook it up and slap it on the water heater. I might end this video here for this particular you know, build for the box, and then maybe do a part 2 or something on the rest of the, you know, venting it outside, upstairs, or into the ductwork like I was saying earlier. So let's go hook this up, see if this thing fits. Well, I was going to run that down with a drill bit to take that 8 a little bit higher, but I think from a number 8 to a 10, and these are sheet metal screws, yeah, that should be fine. So we'll start that and drill right through that. Let's see. These are stainless, so it's not magnetic, so they're probably going to fall off like every second. Oh, this thing's caught in my sleeve now. Alright, and let's see here. Let's see if we can run this in there. There it goes. So, let's see if this booger will suck in there. Get the center ones in first. Before I suck that down, let's put all my found my screws. So, like I said, I'm just going to run these down. Not going to tighten them up yet. Just get them in there. The same holes they were. Do not tighten. Do not tighten. Not yet. Alright, so I got everything screwed in there, and as you can see, it sucked it in pretty good. That foam worked out really good, so it's plastered right up against there. Thing's solid. And I was going to put 3 in this flange, but I just put the 2 on the ears here. I can't even get my nail behind there. So once I tape this up with HVAC tape everywhere, this thing is going to be totally sealed. And if we look in here, it's almost perfect, right? So, alright, even though this is kind of easy to do, we'll call this the hard part. The hard part is done. Putting this box in here, so I just threw some tape, overkill again. Let me turn a light on here, see if we can see a little better. Just the foam alone did the trick, but you know, like I said, I just went around the whole outskirts, and this thing is really good, solid. Oh, hear that car going? That's another hour. So I've been at this 3 hours. So the box is done, and I don't know. I think it came out pretty good. I'm going to continue. Now I'm kind of excited to finish this thing.